Good morning. It's springtime. We have neglected our backyard for quite some time. So how about we do just a little backyard refresh? It's early spring and we have neglected this backyard. So I'm going to do a little bit of work and I'm going to plant some dahlias. I have never been able to successfully keep these things alive. So we're going to try this season. These flowers are so beautiful. I would love to have a cut flower garden, but we're gonna start with these and see how we do.
I'm trying to find a fly, Mommy.
I'm trying to find a wasp.
A what?
We're hunting wasps. So since we're in Texas, zone 9A, it's a little bit warm for the dahlias that I want to plant. So I'm going to try to plant them in this kind of shaded area so they have a chance. They'll get morning sun and then hopefully some afternoon shade. So since we have this mostly cleaned out, I'm gonna go get some new topsoil to just fill her up and make her all lush. I'm also going to be replanting this parsley that I accidentally pulled up. But since I'm going to go in a different direction with that little garden, I'm just gonna put this in its own little pot and maybe throw some other herbs in there as well, some other companion herbs. So we're gonna have to cut this girl back. All right, we're back with day 2. We're back with day 2 of this porch refresh. So I'm gonna start by cleaning and prepping this door for paint because she obviously needs some work. I've already sprayed up the corners to kill any insects that might be waiting for me there. Soaked, and I don't know if you can hear me.
Wow.
I got soaked and I got a little carried away. I was only meant to clean the door. Yeah, I got water everywhere tonight. Okay, so I misspoke yesterday. This is not parsley, is what I called it yesterday. This is actually thyme. And it smells wonderful. Now, if you remember from the beginning, this girl was huge. So I cut her back quite a bit because I'm going to plant in here some cilantro and some lavender. And I think I'm going to do a little bit of a, see if I can fit some chive in here as well. Maybe I'll put the chive elsewhere, but definitely some cilantro. I don't really use thyme to cook. I don't think I've ever used this fresh thyme, but cilantro we use a lot of. So definitely want to add that to my garden. Here I have some lavender that I'm going to put in there. And don't mind this broken fingernail, okay? I'm going to get it fixed once I'm done in the garden. And here are some chives that I'll be adding as well. Okay, in here I have some cilantro seeds. So I'm going to put that in there, and I am planting a little bit more because I'm not sure what's going to take. It is a little late to be planting anyways. But once something starts coming up and it looks like it's getting too full, I'll thin it out. Now that we've got new soil in here, we can start planting. So I just went to the garden center for soil. I fell in love with this beautiful rose bush. This is a cherries and champagne, and it smells wonderful. So I just had to put this in my new cut flower garden. So I am going to add this, and I'm going to add it right in the corner here because it gets the most sun throughout the day. So like I mentioned, these dahlias, I really want these to survive. So I'm going to plant these along the fence line to give them the best shot. And the same with these peonies. I would really love some peonies in my cut garden. So I'm going to try and plant these in a really shady area and hope that they survive. It's hot in Texas. Wouldn't this be so lovely? Beautiful. Now I'm going to be planting some lupine. Now I'm going to plant some hollyhock. I'm also going to add some dill to help deter some of the caterpillars from eating my plants. The caterpillars love dill, so. I'm also going to plant some dwarf marigold around the border. I have this chimenea that is cracked, so unfortunately it's no longer useful as a chimenea. As you can see, it's being used as a trash can right now, which is a gross misuse. So I'm going to try to clean her out and make her something pretty. I found this pot that I had just laying around, not being used, empty, and she just so happens to fit perfectly inside. So I'm going to try to make this into a planter of some sort. Since the summer is a garden on a budget, I just planted some seeds in this, and so we'll see what sprouts. I have some amber glass from an old fire pit that I think I'm going to add under here. I'm ready too. Still a bit sooty. I'll wash those off a bit. Okay, so I have another bag. I guess I'll add that other one too. That border is for no other reason than to try to deter my dog from jumping in there and digging up my plants. It doesn't work very well, but we're gonna give it another go. I'm gonna plant tomatoes and marigolds in these 2 pots right here. And now marigolds just around the border. This is what our door handle looked like. Completely rusted. And so I've got to figure out how to put a new one on here. Let's see if I can figure it out. That took 2 hours, but we have a new doorknob and a deadbolt and some touch-ups to do.
Not bad. That's pretty good.
Right there, Mommy.
Welcome to day 3 of our porch refresh. Today I'm just gonna finish sowing some seeds and tidying up. So here it is now with the screen door put on. I really love that. This is just a regular pull from the cabinet section, just because I didn't like any of the handles that were in the general hardware section. So it seemed to work out, and then we just got some black hinges there. And you know, you saw hubby do most of the installation. I did drill a hole though, and it was almost perfect. And then here's the door inside. I did have to do some touch up after struggling with these doors for 2 hours. This is just a little eye hook to latch the screen door. Eventually I will actually replace this, but for now I'm just happy that we have the door painted and we have the new hardware that isn't rusted, and that we finally have the screen door so that I can sit inside, or we can sit outside and not have everything blowing in. We usually just leave the door open, and lots of debris. You can see there's already debris pooling here and on the screen, and that usually just flows right into my eating kitchen. So this is going to save me from a lot of cleanup, I think. I'm hoping. We have our first casualty of the season, courtesy of our golden doodle. I'm going to plant some morning glory seeds just at the ends of my gate here, just enough for it to grow and climb over, and then all along the rest of the gate I'm going to plant zinnia seeds, giant zinnias. So hopefully this will create some type of border so my little dog cannot run out of it. And because I'm not putting it into a bed, I'm just putting it into the grass and the soil here, I'm going to water it right away because it is very windy and I don't want these to travel. So I had just enough seed packets to lay the zinnias all along the gate. I'm sure I lost a few to the wind. It's probably not the best day to do this, but this is the day that we had. So hopefully, and zinnias are super hardy, so hopefully some survived, some are going to germinate, and we're going to have a nice, beautiful wall of zinnias. Day 317 of this porch refresh. We're dealing with harsh weather conditions, but I'm determined. We're working on this again. I have some more that I had to dig out from behind my washer and dryer because the bag had tipped over. These were hand-picked, harvested for hours. Still dusty. These are outdoor battery operated candles that I ordered from Amazon. So they should not melt in this Texas heat, but we'll see. How does that look? Molly! Get back over here. I see you. My dog done run off. The lavender hasn't done anything yet. I don't remember how long it said it would take on the back of the seed package, but don't got anything going on there yet. But we do have some beautiful tomatoes coming. We are probably week 2 since planting. I did pick up some rosemary, and it smells just wonderful. We've got our tomatoes coming in there too as well. We don't have any marigolds coming up yet. Oh, maybe we do. Maybe we got a little marigold right here. You see it? There. Yeah, I think that's a marigold because we have several coming up on the other side. All right, let's go take a look. This baby got a little burnt up, so I'm gonna have to trim her up and keep her. You see she's got plenty of water now. Might have to move her to a shadier area. But we've got several babies coming in here. Several babies coming up. Some of these could be weeds because I don't recall planting anything too far out. However, we did there was lots of rain, so things could have moved. So this could be some weeds, but I'm hoping most of them are flowers. And it's only in the shaded area. Really, it basically stops right at this border. We really don't see too many on the other side of that shade. So interesting. Oh, here's a baby. Here's a baby. Do we see some? Yeah. Okay. So we got some stuff happening. I planted a marigold around the border, and I don't see any marigolds coming up yet. I do need to do some weeding. Grass is coming up, and I'm gonna have to get a fertilizer for my rose because my rose burned up. So we got a little bit of work to do here. So the thyme did not survive the test of time when I moved. When I moved her, she gave up on me. So I'm gonna leave this here, and maybe we actually do have some more babies coming up. See if we can see that. Yeah, so she's still alive in there, but I had to cut her all back. So, but she's still alive. She'll come back. And we got a few babies coming up. I don't remember what I planted on those sides, but they're alive, and they're making a break for it. So, oh, and a little baby over here too. Yeah, but I do recall lavender right in the middle. So maybe that's lavender, maybe it's something else that kind of moved because, like I said, we had a lot of rain. So it's possible that the seeds moved around a little, which is fine. Totally fine. I love that wild kind of look. Let me also show you where we planted all of our zinnias. And unfortunately, we did have a crawfish boil, and we still have a little loose bugs in the yard. This is our beautiful morning glory, and she's gonna give us beautiful blue blooms. And then we planted the zinnias just in the ground, and here we've got some coming up, and we just really have them coming up all over. See, here we go. There's another, and you can just see them down the line just sporadically as I planted. They're coming up. Here we've got a wild baby. We've got a wild baby, huh? Yeah, that's a molly. That's a wild molly. And here we have a wild penny. Penny, don't trample my babies. All right. Okay, back up. Back up. All right, so here we've got more. And they really just happen all the way down where we just exposed some of the grass there. I was really nervous that they were going to wash out because we had quite heavy rain the day after I planted, but some of them survived, and they're just blooming. I don't see any here, but yeah, every few inches we've got some. There's one down there, got a couple here. Hopefully my husband does not whack them and gives them a chance to grow. They also spread really fast, so even though we've got some gaps here, I'm not concerned. They grow wide and they will spread out. So here we go, all up along. The only place that they really didn't take is over here. So this kind of barren area. We don't see too many buds over here this way. So I might just have to, I mean, there's one, but we don't really have anything going on over here. And I also, if you recall, oh, we do. Look, there's something. Can we see it? Where is it? There's a little green, couple green right there. So that looks like it's actually morning glory. So that morning glory will trail on this side. And it probably won't meet in the middle, but it will go very far. Let's see, we have a little bit of something here. I think that's a weed. But we might have to just bring in some full-grown plants on this side. Maybe some more roses. Or lilies. We've got some wild lilies. Some wild lilies just a little down the way. And we've got construction. They're in a construction area, so I'd really like to save those before we lose them. I just don't want to be that weirdo on the side of the street. Yeah. That's for me. Thank you. And we also have our wildflowers. Uh-huh. But come spring, we'll be pretty. Oh, I didn't show you the other. Let's see. So, our cosmos are coming up. And I planted quite a few in here, so we'll see what the crowding situation looks like. But I am excited. All right, and these are doing great. I really just put these over here on the side and let them be. Looks like we got a lot of zinnias in this wildflower packet. Don't pick them yet, they're not ready. This was just a wildflower pack. So these are doing great. I just left them alone. I don't even water these. I let nature do its thing. So, yep. Oh, she's smelling poop. Natural fertilizer. So I've come to the realization that a lot of the green that I had in here was weeds, but not everything. We do have some magnolias coming up. Yeah, and the peonies and the dahlias are coming up. Only one though out of the 2 bulbs of each that I planted, but I did pick up some more dahlia, so we'll get into that. It looks like some lupin is coming up, and obviously it could use a good weeding, but things are happening in the garden. And then we've got a few more buds for roses, and those smell wonderful. So it's looking pretty good.